Welcome back to another CleanTech Daily Technology News Review, and in this video, we will be talking about the role that big tech has been playing with the Russia and Ukraine situation and everything that's been going on in between. So let's go ahead and get started. One of the very first things is I've been looking for a really good article to describe this. However, this New York Times article has been one of the best well-put sources for how big tech is playing a role in terms of navigating the Ukraine situation. One of the quotes from this article is it says that big tech often wants the benefits of being a monopoly, but not the responsibilities. And I would slightly disagree with that because I feel like these big tech companies have actually become on more strong to basically sanctioning Russia with their own technologies than I had anticipated that they would. So one of the very first things is over the last few days, Google, Meta, Twitter, and Telegram is another messaging system that's highly used in Russia, have been forced to grapple with how to wield that power, caught between escalating demands by Ukrainian, Russian, European unions and official. On Friday, Ukrainian leaders pleaded with Apple, Meta, and Google to restrict their services inside Russia. Now, interesting enough, Apple has stopped sending iPhones you cannot purchase an iPhone online anymore. Now, one of the reasons they do that is because that's an inflationary hedge against the Russian currency. The Russian currency has already fallen more than 30%, so people would buy these iPhones online and then they would wait for time to pass and they would sell them because they hold their value better than just about anything else. The next thing is was Meta. Facebook has already started fact checking and citing Russian sources, letting you know that it's coming from a Russian source, and it's letting the user know that this is coming from a Russian source. The next thing is Google Maps. Now, something interesting enough is when the Russian army first entered Ukraine, Google Maps was one of the first technologies to know about the invasion because there was a traffic jam on one of the roads that had the convoy on it. So that was extremely fascinating. Now, Google Maps has already told us that they turned off a lot of the data that they stopped displaying as much data that Ukraine has been receiving just because they don't want people to know where large people are congregated on Ukraine's side to help protect them. So you have had a lot of these CEOs speaking with European officials over how to counter, and Telegram is actually also, it'd be difficult shutting down Telegram, which is a widely used messaging app. And it's been difficult because that's how a lot of misinformation is handled. And one of them that I thought was super interesting is that it talks about how Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all these companies have been talking together about how to best fight this. Now, as awful as war may be, there's a little bit of silver lining that can come with it when you see so many groups of people, so many governments, so many technologies, so many companies working together for the greater good. So I thought that was an interesting point. That's basically the main things that the big tech has done. I'm trying to see if there was anything else. There's this quote right here. These companies want all the benefits of monopolizing the world's communications with none of the responsibility getting swept up in geopolitics and having to choose sides. I think that is kind of a odd statement, saying like knowing that they have already chosen sides and they've already tried their best. Like they want them. A lot of the pleas have been to completely shut down Facebook from Russia, or completely turn off YouTube for Russia. But the thing is, they're trying really hard to keep communication open, but tighten down on misinformation, which could be extremely difficult. So that's why I said these companies are really trying to communicate together. So like I said, Google Maps division stopped displaying traffic information inside Ukraine outside of safety concerns. And then Facebook has also announced that it's taking down a pro-Kremlin influencing campaign and separate hacking campaign targeting Ukraine. Twitter began labeling all tweets containing links to Russian state-affiliated media outlets so users would be aware of the information sources. And these state-affiliated media links have been tweeted about 45,000 times a day. That's a ton. So I'm actually pretty pleased at how well big tech has responded and how quickly they responded as well. We talked about yesterday how Elon Musk sent Starlink the Starlink hardware to Ukraine to help them get back online. He's actually been interacting on Twitter with one of the Ukrainian officials, teaching them how to store energy and how to best use it without using a generator. So it's really interesting to see how many people are coming together over this. Now, with all of that, there is one other piece of cool technology that I do want to show you guys, and that is called CleanPhone. We here at CleanTech, we've developed a technology to help parents understand what kids are doing on their phones. There's a lot of really neat features on this. The design of this phone was we did not want a phone that your your kid buys once and it only lasts like 6 to 12 months before they're ready for another one. This phone is designed to last from your kids' ages from like 6 to 18. What it does is it manages apps, so you can decide whether you want your kid at 6 years old to have TikTok and Instagram. You can say, nah, not yet, but maybe when they're 12, they can have Instagram. But parents can also monitor texting and calling phone messages. They can schedule app usages, so maybe you only want Instagram to be able to be accessed for like 30 minutes a day. You can set that app usage up. You can also see a call history, text history, and you can manage their screen time. So you get screen time reports. So if you want to see how long they were on TikTok that day, you can see, and you can also limit how long they were on each app. CleanPhone is a fantastic piece of technology that lots of families have really enjoyed. If you guys got any sort of value from this, consider subscribing. And the link to this will be down in the description, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this, and like always, see you next time. Thanks for watching.